I'm Scott Crow of OSA Aquatics, and you're watching OSA Aquatics TV. One of the big questions we get all the time is, how do you know you're not introducing parasites to your aquarium? Well, you want to pick out healthy fish. And this week's OSA Pro Tip of the Week is how to pick out healthy fish for your aquarium. The first thing you want to check for is to make sure the fish isn't covered in any sort of protozoan parasites. When I say that, I'm talking about like marine velvet, ick, crypt. It looks like white speckling on the fish. These are parasites that are actually attacking the fish. By you buying this fish and adding it to your aquarium, you could actually spread that to the rest of your aquarium, which is pretty bad, and you don't want that. So by picking out fish that have this or completely free of this is a much better choice, and is going to help you making sure you're not introducing any sort of parasites into your aquarium. The next thing you want to check is the fish's gills. You want to make sure the fish is breathing normally. You don't want any heavy breathing. If there's heavy breathing, that means the fish is extremely stressed out, and that will cause future problems. The other thing you want to check on the fish's gills to make sure they're not inflamed. This is also will cause a very large issue later on down the line, and that fish is best left alone. One of the other things you want to definitely check is the eyes. The eyes you want to make sure are clear. If the eyes are cloudy, that is also going to be future issues. Stay away from any fish that has cloudy eyes. You want nice, clear eyes when picking out a fish for your aquarium. Now that you've checked for white spots, you've checked for the eyes, you're making sure that fish is looking all right. Now you want to check for is the tail, the caudal fin, and you also want to check any sort of scales missing. You want to make sure those fins are not ripped. If the fins are ripped, that's usually a sign of fish fighting with them. You really don't want to pick that fish because that fish is usually a stressed out fish. Another thing you want to make sure is the fish is swimming correctly. The fish in the aquarium that you're buying it from seems like it's swimming very happily, no problems, no issues. You're not seeing issues with breathing. You're not seeing struggle for it swimming. This is a very key important factor when picking out a fish. The last thing you want to check for is the general healthiness of the fish. When I say that, I'm talking about how fat that fish is, the meat on the bones. You want to make sure the fish is nice and thick. Reason being, you want to make sure that fish is eating. You really want to fish on mixed foods like frozens and dry foods. One of the best fish to pick out is a fish that's been established in a tank for a while. If you go to your local LFS or a pet store, if you can find a fish that's been there 3 to 4 weeks and you know is doing very well, that is the best fish to pick out because usually they acclimated very well to the aquariums and will acclimate to your aquarium extremely well. Once you found that fish that you really like, ask the local fish store you're getting it from the fish. Just ask them to feed the fish. It's really important so you know that the fish is eating yourself. Once you see the fish eat, you've found a nice fat healthy fish. It's free of any parasites. The fins look great. Guess what? You have found the fish for your aquarium. And this is awesome and exciting. If you guys have any questions, make sure you visit us at the Aquarium Design Studio. And we'll answer any questions we can and show you how to pick out the right fish for your tank. If you have any questions else at all, make sure you hit us up in the comment section below. And remember guys, keep on reefing.